Hey Googlers, it's Qasim, and today I want to share what I think is my number one pro tip for creating high converting offers, specifically for lead generation campaigns. But this honestly can work for e-com, SaaS. There's quite a few implementations, but what I'm trying to do here is help you make sure that the page you're sending your traffic to converts, and it gets people in the frame of mind that you want them in, because you can get people to convert sort of in different mind frames. And this stems from a conversation that I had as a part of a coaching program that I'm involved in. One of the gals that's in my cohort, a really brilliant entrepreneur. She does white label copy creation for other agencies, and she created a landing page that she asked for a critique for. And the landing page was fine, but the call to action was kind of sterile. It was just like, name, email, phone number, and then we'll get back to you. And so, through the conversation, we sort of came up with, I thought, a much better idea where on her page, the offer started to solve the problem. She's creating content for agencies that have clients that need content. And so on the page, the offer that we came up with was something like, what's the subject of the article that you want written? And I think you can get really creative with that too. It could be like, hey, what's the piece of content you've been putting off for the longest, or whatever. But it sort of catalyzed this need in me to create this video, because it's something that I felt for a really long time. You need to start solving your customer's problem right away. As a matter of fact, the faster you can get to some level of issue resolution, I think the more you're going to position yourself is that entity in their mind. It's like, oh, these people are actually solving my problem. Because if I get to a landing page and it's like, oh, give me your information, I'll get back to you, like, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's so many things that I want it now, first of all, because we're spoiled, petulant brats, and we're all used to instant gratification. It's like, I want answers right now, and if I give you my information, we're gonna have to play this weird hokey, like, back and forth, when are you free, can I have your booking link, that type of thing. And then I also know I have to sit through like a pitch or whatever, like there's, and not that sometimes that's, by the way, I'm just describing our sales process, like sometimes there's no other way around it, but I think that you can position it better. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. I've been doing some Googling, and actually, because I'm sort of interested in some of these services for stuff that we're doing. Here's the first one. This is Design Pickle's landing page. And this is actually the landing page that you get to when you click on their ad. So sorry, Design Pickle, I cost you money. But I was shopping, so it's not, for any other reason than I was actually interested in services. Forgive me for explaining myself. I just think it's a cardinal sin to click on an ad if you're not actually interested, because I know how expensive it is. Anyway, not a bad-looking landing page. Here's the problem, though, is it just feels sterile. Like if I request a demo, and they're using HubSpot, which is fine, but I just don't think that I'm not any closer to a solution yet, really. These folks, hire marketers, apply as a freelancer, get started. Now I know I'm filling out a form. So, and that's actually not bad. Honestly, this would have been, if they started this way, if you started this way, right out of the gate, how big is your company? Now, maybe I feel like, okay, we're actually getting somewhere. The other thing that I sort of not a fan of here is I searched for graphic design, and they just dropped me on the marketers freelance. Like, I feel like this should be a little bit more specific to what it was that I was searching for. And I realize that sometimes you reach, with both hands just to kind of figure out what the ecosystem looks like. But long term, I'd encourage them to have service-specific landing pages. Upwork did a much better job there, right? So here we've got Market Hire, who just drops me on just sort of their generic homepage, and then Upwork's like, hey, top-rated graphic artists. So at least they're letting me know, we heard you, I understand what it is that you're searching for, and all the people that they're showing me are graphic designers. Now, Upwork is closer to what I'm talking about. They start solving my problem. They're like, oh, here's a graphic designer, here's a graphic designer, here's a, and if I want to, I can view a room's profile and start to continue. So I think that's a little bit closer to what I was referring to. But the one that I was most impressed with actually is 99 Design. Now, this doesn't need to be complex, right? All they did, and it's really not that different. Hire marketers, get started. They're using the same CTA as Upwork. Get started. If I click on get started, though, it just brings me to my now enter your email. You're asking me for something. You're not really giving me something. With 99 Design, You come in here and they're like, hey, what is it that you want? And instantly I'm like, wow, I need a logo designed. So I click on logo design, and then it brings me to and I'm in the process now of solving my problem. Do you see what I mean? Like they moved me from this where the other advertisers were like, well, give us your information, we'll get back to you. You're on our time, you're on our schedule, you're on our program or process or whatever. And now I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute, I can actually get a logo? What industry are you in? Well, let me tell you, I'm in the technology. And you see what I'm saying? Like, you've already jumped past the are we right for each other, and you've got me into a zone where I'm playing. And if you can get somebody to play, then I think that you're just far more likely to have them engage long term. So, kudos and props to 99 Designs. Really well done. I got a couple other examples for you. Web dev. So website design services. Interested in having a website built. I'm looking for potential website designers. I got to tell you, y'all, that I'm so glad I'm not in this business anymore. I used to sell websites. Look at this. This is insane. $199, $175, $149. How? That's unbelievable. And I what's weird is I actually think you can, websites are getting that cheap. It's a snake eating its own tail, though. This is a whole industry that's just, I don't know how you would make money. And I realize that you can have an elevated service offering, and we actually have some clients in that space, but gosh, that's so frustrating to see. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the ads because those are the ads. But here we are, Suritasa. So sorry to bash y'all, but like, get started brings me to just this form. It's like, oh, give me everything, and then we'll get back to you when we want to. Okay. Creative website solutions, same thing. 70% discount, 100% money back guaranteed. That's a little compelling. But what I thought was crazy, you probably heard it when I started my video. Like, this dude has not stopped chatting at me, and it started the minute I got to the landing page. Like, back off just a little bit, Jeff. I'm shopping. They also just do everything. So they scare me just a little bit. But, it's the same story. Like, give me all your information and I'll get back to you at some point. Website design. Now, this is another interesting one that I thought was, maybe, just to be frank, poorly done. Like, the minute I land on this page, I instantly get this pop-up, this interstitial. I'm going to have time to engage with your site. And then I start getting, Adam here, who's just berating me, asking for information. And then it wants my business name. Like, now, this isn't what I was talking about. You're not moving me forward to solving a problem. American Web Coders, which I don't think that you're, I won't say it. But here's, again, just blasting off these really aggressive chat. There's nothing wrong with chat. I've got live chat on my website. But there's also no reason to, this one isn't quite as bad, but this one is hysterical. It's just way too aggressive. It reeks of desperation, I'm so sorry to say. And here we go again. It's like, all right, give me all your information. I'll get back to you when I want to. So then we've got WebFX, which, by the way, they're a competitor of mine and a good one. I think we're better, but they do great PPC services, so it's funny that I'm bringing them up. But they just did a really good job. So we've got use the calculator. And instantly I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I need a site that's, 10 to 50 pages seems appropriate, and then I get to see the style of the design, and they do copywriting too. That's unbelievable. And yeah, SEO, I definitely want guaranteed placement. So you can see I just started to solve my problem, and I'm playing. And the other thing that I'm not doing is I'm not searching, right? So you sort of stop the search in the track. This is a little more complex. You don't necessarily, I wonder what happens if I say send me a quote. Now they do the thing, but you know what, even now, I bet you, I'm just curious. So this isn't quite as aligned as, yeah, that gets a little bit better. I don't know, but I really liked their calculator. Really, really, really liked that. I thought that was really well done, and it speaks to the point that I'm speaking to, which is like, hey, begin, start solving my problem, then I'd be more interested in engaging with you. I'll show you another one. Bookkeeping. So remote bookkeeping services. Pretty good ads. We're shopping for a new bookkeeper because our team is at the moment not necessarily, we just outgrew them, to be honest with you. So today, by the way, if you can't tell, is my find the vendors that I need day, which I always, anytime I do that, I save the opportunity, because then I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to critique your ads. So Zendu, pick the bookkeeping plan for you, kind of, but not really. I love what Gusto did here. Have you run payroll yet this calendar year? like instantly sort of skips the whole, you know, hey, we'll get back to when we want to, and sort of moves me into a position where they can obviously start to funnel me, but also start to solve my problem. How do you currently run payroll? We use another online payroll software. How would you describe your business setting? Other. So, you know what I mean? Like I'm actually already kind of distracted because I'm just like, all these questions are so relevant. And, you know, now it sort of pops me off onto a form, but the other thing too is I'm committed. You know, I've already answered all this information, so I'm just more likely to do that. I thought that was really well done. I think QuickBooks is really well done too. Are you confident your bookkeeping is done right? What a great question. The answer is no, I'm not. I didn't like that was a pop-up, A. I feel like that could be, you know, better done here. Like that would actually, I'd prefer that to this little form. Are you confident your bookkeeping was done right? No. Why? Like, you know, and then give me 3-4 multiple choice answers. Like, start solving my problem, and then you're also funneling me and, you know, building lead intelligence and progressive profiling. What's really funny is I just clicked on that button and it didn't do anything. What the hell? I thought it was gonna like bring me somewhere. That's so funny. Well, that sucks. Bad job, Intuit. Bench, I mean, they're the gold standard in the remote bookkeeping space, obviously, and they're filtering pretty well. They kind of have this choose your own adventure. You know, do you want a free trial or request a demo? I don't know. Like the free trial instantly starts just asking for information. Fine. Request a demo. Now I get to book. That's always kind of pisses me off. By the way, 15 minutes. That feels really dismissive. Just don't put the time then. You know, and I don't know if Calendar's UI like allows for that, but you know, if you want to earn my business, I'm not going to be crowbarred into a 15-minute consult. I don't know. Maybe that sounds combative. But hopefully this lands. I'm, you know, pseudo-obsessed with this approach and this paradigm. I think that it actually does a lot for your customers, too. It gives you the ability to give. You want to give up front. You know, I always say, give first, give last, give more. And again, it doesn't need to be, like, earth-shattering. Look what 99 Designs did. They just started with this field that allowed you to begin sort of filtering in the direction that you wanted to go. And on our website, if you go to our website and you request an action plan, I just ask you, I'm like, hey, are you already running Google Ads? Yes or no? And then if you tell me yes, there's, you know, different questions than if you tell me no. So soft piece of advice. I think this could do a lot, though, to help amplify the efficacy of your paid advertising. And I hope you like this video. I shoot a video every single day. Well, me and my business partner do. It's not just me. And actually, some of our staff members have gotten a little less shy. So big shout out to Regina, whose videos always outpace my videos for views, by the way. Good for her. Makes me sad. But really appreciate her shooting the videos. To my other client managers, if you're watching this, I'd love to see you on here. And that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if me saying those things actually makes them happen. I watch other YouTube videos and they, you know, they'll stop halfway through and they're like, by the way, please smash that subscribe button. I don't know if I want to beg for subscriptions yet. I'll get there. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.